wanted to make a video because I've been exploring. I just made a video about the Latest Causes initiative, and it's kind of, I've been around the block a little bit, I guess you can say, because I started with, I was working in a nonprofit and I was getting interested in all these nonprofits. Um, and so I was, doing, you know, all these initiatives to support these nonprofits, and then I kind of got away from that. So it was more about the nonprofits, and then I went into the causes themselves, the initiatives, just because I was arguing that with organizations it's hard to know where your money is going. You can't see what they are doing with that money, if it's going towards whatever, and some of it, obviously that money can goes more towards like managing and like things, so if you donate to a cause, it may not be exactly like you are buying this backpack for this child in need. It could be more like structural, and it's tough to there. Maybe a percentage goes towards whatever, and obviously you can see financial reports for each business broken down, but you don't often see how your money specifically goes towards what cause. So it might be more symbolic than overt your support of like a particular thing, or what have you. It's tough to really just see where that money is going and how it is actually helping. So I was kind of getting away from the organizations, because it's more, if you are thinking causes, then you can kind of take those causes into your own hands. There's an accountability there. And so now I was just making a video about how much non-governmental organizations, how these nonprofits can make a difference in our society, in our community. And I was talking about how they can get away from governmental funding, and the community can pour their themselves into it, and they can kind of take it over. And so that could, is a back to the nonprofit organizations, even though I had gone to causes specifically, just because you don't know exactly where these nonprofit organizations are going and how that's going down exactly. But I think that it was a good avenue to go down, to think actually about accountability and about what initiatives you are specifically interested in, what causes, and seeing that come to fruition. Just because I think that when you are thinking like that, you can kind of move forward with it. But that's kind of where I was having an issue, was it's tough to move forward in those initiatives for yourself unless you have a community to help you, or you have community backing. And if people are kind of interested in it together, there's more accountability there, and there's more community and more resources too to make those things actually happen. So it's good to have an emphasis on actual causes and actual action that can be taken, versus just a blanket understanding of this organization does this for, does this, without any specific knowledge as to how. So I think it was good to kind of go down that avenue of just causes, and then kind of circle around back to the organizations, just because they are communities that can actually make those things happen. And I think that that's very, very good and very important. And I was just talking about like grassroots and working together and taking care of each other in sustainable ways. And if I think the most important element of it is participation in those nonprofits, and working together in those nonprofits. And so it's great to kind of think on a more community level. Right now, I'm doing a lot of solo work that kind of can tie into the nonprofits that I care about, and I don't think that that's wrong either, because I think to a certain extent it's me holding myself accountable, because you can't 100% be in, you can't work with every single nonprofit that you have an interest in. You can't do that. So it seems difficult just given time and how you can organize that and schedule that in, and I can't even imagine the taxes you'd have to do. You'd have to volunteer almost, otherwise you would cry, and then just like doing the red tape figuring that out. If but it's just I think it's good to have personal accountability, and to have that interest in specific causes, and to know which organizations tie into the overall ideas that you're interested in, and then you can move forward with those communities in particular initiatives if you are willing to communicate and team up and form a partnership and work together, so you can make those connections in those nonprofit organizations. They are good organizations to have available. So it's about community, and so sometimes you need those organizations more than other times you need those organizations, and so right now I'm doing kind of a personal accountability exercise, and I've not really reached out to these organizations so much. I was interested in kind of forming my own too, just because it just seems like a natural step with the experience that I have and some of the education that I have and things like that, and so that would not be bad to sort that out, but right now just kind of trying to help as many people as I can, and a lot of that for me does seem like you can reach people online using social media, using technology and things like that. So I think that that's great too, how much you can help people just by letting them know how much power they have at their disposal just on their own. That's so important, and I think that is probably one of the key things. So right now it's kind of a personal accountability for me, and then sharing in a way that allows people to explore themselves and become personally accountable to, in not a group forum, in less of a group community atmosphere. But I do still think that having those group organizations are good to have, and obviously it's a great way that people can come together and work together on societal problems. So I just wanted to clarify that, just because it seems like we've been going back and forth, and it's been a learning process. It's been a journey, and so just wanted to talk about it. What do you think about supporting our populations, the people? What do you think? Are you pro nonprofits? Are you pro social media and technological play? What do you think about these things? I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.